Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So today's pick a card reading is going to be their next action towards you. So I've done this reading already, like I normally do. Some interesting information. We got some details as to what this person's gonna do next and why. It's straight to the point, so just choose your pile wisely as it resonates. I'm sorry, not as it resonates, as it calls you. Hopefully the messages resonate once you select it. But again, multiple piles can be your pile. Just pick what calls you, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And this is a timeless reading, so whenever you stumble upon it, this should be your reading if it's for you. So let's just get into it. We've got pile 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I'll give you a moment to meditate on your pile. If you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. Alright, pile 1, their next action towards you. So, looking at the spread, and this could be the perspective I'm going to read this from. It could be you, or it could be this other person, but I'm going to read it as though it's this other person because that's the strongest energy. Okay, so if this is a person that isn't sure about how they feel, their feelings for you, or they just haven't made it clear to you how they feel, things will be very soon. Okay, things will be very clear soon, for better or worse. Okay, so this is a person that's stepping into their personal power in a way they never have before, with that empowerment card, and then you have the Magician as well. Okay, so, and again, for better or worse, right? So you've got 2 Ten of Pentacles. You've got the 10 of Pentacles at the beginning of the middle row, and then you've got 10 of Stones at the end of the last row. So this is a person, okay, that's really trying to maintain their individuality. I know you're wondering, how am I getting that from that? I'll get to it, but look at it now as though those 10 of Pentacles are a cage, right? It's like a trap. And I'll go into detail as I develop this very interesting energy. So their next action towards you, I'll get to that. That's part of this energy. So this person is a person that either has been or just tends to drag their feet in romantic connections, right? With the 8 of Swords and the 4 of Stones. Lots of fear of commitment, being tied down, especially with that Anchor card at the top right. This person has the perception, right? Because perception is a heavy theme here since we have that perception card. So this person has the perception that integrating, right, with that card with another person will strip them of their power and individuality, right? Leading, and if you see that section, it leads into the snake, right? The snake is being distrustful. The snake card represents betrayal, deception. Those are the themes that this person associates with relationships. You see where I'm going with this? The type of issues this person, or possibly you, is dealing with in terms of how they feel about relationships, right? And then this energy, like birds are couples, because that's the next card. It's couples, again, followed by the anchor. Again, locked down. So birds also represent communication. This person doesn't like the idea of having to share information and share input on life choices, like the compromising aspect of a relationship. They don't want to feel like they're consulting another person on their life, like it's a personal thing. Like if I'm making a personal choice for me, I don't understand why I need to bring in another person for their input on how it affects me. Even though once you're in a relationship, it kind of affects the both of you depending on the situation and the circumstances. This person isn't really in the energy of wanting to have to compromise in that way. They're not there yet. Okay? And again, this could also be you. Now, compromising communication, that's another reason why the Magician is here at the end of that middle row. Okay, now on the left you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Lovers. That's the beginning of this row, which is the ultimate family structure, right? Ten of Pentacles, Lovers, you've got the stability, roots planted, you've got an abundance of shared familial and assets. Oh, I cannot talk. I think I wanted to say the word ancestors, which interesting, that card does represent that, but like it's like family, assets, and children. Okay, so the ultimate romantic partnership at the left side of that row. But you step into that Eight of Swords, right? This person holding themselves back from all of that at the left because of the Magician, their personal power, their identity, right? This person sees stability and commitment as a cage, like a trap. It's like I said, you got the two Ten of Pentacles. That is a trap in this spread. Being trapped by and bound to a family structure, commitment. Like this is commitment phobe energy, okay? So this whole bottom row, look at the mental anguish of the Ten of Scrolls, okay? And the Five of Scrolls, those two cards in the middle of that last row. And it's straddled by, again, the stability, two cards of stability. That's Four of Stones, Ten of Stones, which are typically pentacles, right? And it's interesting because the Four of Stones is the card of possessions in that particular deck, and the Ten of Stones is the card labeled possessive in that deck. So possessions on one end, possessive on the other, right? And then in the middle, that anguish, Ten of Scrolls is exile. So notice the tiger is imprisoned. Like I said, trapped, stuck, prison, you know, tied down. Like that's the fear of this pile. And I know we're talking about action this person is going to take towards you, but this is very relevant information as to which of the two actions I'm seeing are going to play out. Like you need to understand the why, because I could say this is what this person's going to do, but now you don't know what led to the action, right? So right now in the middle at that last row, that imprisoned tiger in the exile, Ten of Scrolls, the Five of Scrolls is the card of sacrifice. That is what this person feels, or you feel you would have to do to be in a commitment. Sacrifice. And that's not, it goes back to that whole consulting other people and compromise. Sacrifice. No one wants to really, like this person doesn't want to sacrifice. This person doesn't want to compromise to be in a romantic connection, right? And if you look at that Ten of Stones ending in the thread, which would be the Ten of Pentacles, this person feels like you're trying to possess them. That's why you've got the double possessions and possessive, right? It's, notice the person on the card is clinging to the crystals, right? And then you've also got the Magician doubling down on this message. It's also about manipulation and control. And again, that anchor card on that end, anchoring down, which is interesting because I'm looking at the correlation between the bird's card and the anchor card. It's almost like a bird that wants to fly free and then being anchored down, even though that's not the traditional meaning of that card. That's just how I see it, okay? So some of you are overbearing in this way. Like the way this person is perceiving the situation, you are overbearing in this way. Others of you, this is just simply the person's perception, not necessarily the truth, because they have commitment issues, a fear of relationships. So they perceive you as wanting to solidify the connection as you trying to anchor them down, lock them down, control them, right? So I'm realizing you've also got both Gemini cards, because you've got the Lovers and you've got the Magician. Okay, so that's the Gemini energy here, is that of the twins, right? A dual-sided, possibly two-faced situation or person. So this whole connection honestly feels like a power struggle on both ends. Some of you, like I said before, the roles are reversed and the person I'm describing is you. Others of you, the person I'm describing is the person you're trying to see what action they're going to take towards you. So if this is a person, because this is the point now, this is the action that's going to happen. If this is a person that you're trying to get away from, like if this energy that I've read, if this is your energy, the person you're trying to get away from, that you're asking about their next action towards you, expect them to cling. Okay, that's the action. They're going to cling. They're going to try to lock you down. They're not really trying to let you move forward without them at this point. Now, that's not up to them, but that is the reaction to you trying to distance yourself from this person. They'll cling. They're possibly in a very aggressive way, because there's lots of cards that show power struggle, control, manipulation, anchoring down, tying you up, clinging to crystals. Not saying they're going to literally do that, but if this person has a history of being that way, then I would probably take measures to protect myself. But if this energy is the person that you're asking about, like if this is a person that you've been sort of clinging to, or just trying to get some type of feel for, like if they're being wishy-washy, hot and cold, not really committing to a situation, right? If this is that person's energy I've been reading, then this appears to be a person attempting to get away from you, right? Like I said, if you're the one clinging and trying to force a commitment with someone, the action is going to be that they're trying to get away from you. But regardless of if this energy is you or if it's the other person, someone's clinging for the most part, regardless of the level of clinginess, and the other's trying to get away. But with that snake card and these two Gemini cards, the one trying to quote unquote get away is being manipulative and playing both sides, like being two-faced and deceptive about what they want. So while on the inside they know they want to kind of leave the situation, or that they're not serious about the situation, they're kind of leading the person that's clinging to believe that there's hope or a possibility for more, right? So those are the two versions of actions that this person could take. Like I said, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You should know exactly which of these two energies is you and which is this other person. So just take which side is that person, and that's their action, okay? So that's all I have for you today. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, pile 2, their next action towards you. So already I can see you've got the woman, the dice, the man. So they're both looking away from one another. Why? That dice between you, it indicates that the connection you're asking about is a huge risk, gamble, leap of faith. So, I mean, I guess what's the problem? So that's something like you would have to answer. So why is it difficult or an issue for you two to be together? Lots of scenarios, but we're gonna stick to the topic. Because right now I'm not feeling like while that difficulty exists is relevant, the difficulty itself isn't really relevant to the question. So because some of y'all, I'm not gonna lie, are a little bit scandalous. So yeah, so whatever the issue for you two is, like whatever the forbidden thing as to why you two can't be together, in this version of the, like, whatever it is, it doesn't seem like the feminine in the connection cares. Yeah, it doesn't, because of that version of the woman that it is. So regardless of that, regardless of the problem, that gamble, that risk between the two of you, in that version of the woman, the feminine is here with her book and her rose, waiting for the love offer from the masculine. Okay? And in this version of the man, it's described as determined and passionate. So a very active energy here in the two versions, because there's 2 sets of each one in this deck. So, and again, woman, man, it does not mean that that's what you have to be. Feminine, masculine, that's just how they're represented in the pile. So I'm seeing that in this connection, you two are looking away from each other, not because you're moving away from one another, but because you're kind of hiding your actions from one another. Like, again, it's probably some secrecy surrounding the situation, considering that it is a risk gamble associated with it. So maybe that's why you two appear to be looking apart. Maybe that's the public perception, is that you're not really a thing. Don't know. But it could also be that due to the circumstances of whatever kind, you can't see how the other is moving. So there might be some distance as well. So masculines, okay? Because there's different messages based on where you are. Masculines, this feminine is not going to take action towards you, like, at all. Very interested, doesn't care about the risks, but she's not moving with that card. Okay. The feminine here is going to sit in her power, and she's gonna she has an understanding of the situation, what it is, how she feels. She's just gonna wait for the love offer, though. She's expecting it, but she will not take action towards it. That's just not how this particular feminine moves. Okay. You know, sometimes, you know, depending on where you fall, people tend to chase. This feminine is not going to chase. This feminine's going to sit pretty, wait for the love offer. She may not even appear to be waiting. She may seem disinterested. Okay. So, feminines. This masculine has a much deeper awareness of this connection than you realize. And I'm hearing that it's very relevant to the pile to make sure that you know that. Okay? Because you have a tantric journey leading into the solar plexus on top of, because underneath the solar plexus on that second row, there's the Ace of Wands. So that's a flame ignited towards the divine feminine, right? So this fire power that's been lit is highlighting the feelings of lack, right? The poverty mindset energy within the masculine. I'm looking at the Five of Pentacles to say that. And it's sending him on the Fool's journey, right? Because you have the Fool card. But I'm saying the Fool's journey because that is what it's called, the journey through the major arcana. So it starts off with the Zero card, the Fool, all the way to the ending, which is the World, right? And that passion, that fire that was ignited in his solar plexus, right, with that Ace of Wands, like I said, it highlighted that poverty mindset, mentality, feelings of lack, the things that were missing within the masculine, like this particular masculine, and sent him on this Fool's journey, right? Because you also have tantric journey, so it's just a huge journey for this particular masculine, because in this pile, this masculine is very active. In this pile, the feminine's kind of done what needs to happen, and it's just kind of sitting there trying to see what the outcome is going to be. That's the energies I'm getting. And it can be that these are the feminine is on one side and the masculine is on the other, like that it's both of you in this pile. But some of you, like if you're a masculine coming in, you may not be the masculine in this pile, but the feminine in this pile is still the person you're asking about, if that makes sense, and vice versa. So, but the masculine I'm talking about, sending him on a Fool's journey, a tantric journey, expect to see something tangible that this person's been working on. And I feel for both sides here. Expect to see something that this person's been working on really soon with the Eight of Wands, because that's very quick coming in energy. And with this Page of Pentacles, something like this Page of Pentacles just feels like it's something that could bring you two together, like closer together, not necessarily like a coupling, but yeah, that's interesting. Okay, let me wrap up this point and then I'll come back. So the Fool also shows that the risk, gamble, and the dice will be taken. Like I said, the feminine in this pile is already like that. Whatever that risk, gamble is, the feminine doesn't seem to be concerned at all about any possible backlash. Whatever the gamble is, whatever could go wrong, the feminine does not care for this pile. It's the masculine that seems to be weighing heavily on it. But it just seems like whatever the action is, whatever the risk is, will be taken with the Fool here in this pile. So whatever that project or message, information is coming in that Page of Pentacles, it's going to be the initiation of that risk, right? So that Page of Pentacles is like, it's a physical action, it's a move, it's a decision or something made on either side. But I'm feeling primarily the masculine in this pile, especially with Judgment and the Emperor, because the feminine's not going to take any action towards the connection, but she could be working on something with that Page of Pentacles that's going to bring her closer in proximity to the masculine, even though she's not going to directly make any moves. That's how that would play out on that side. But this masculine is actively making a move that will bring him closer to the feminine, and it's something that's going to change everything. Though it won't be a romantic offer. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's not going to be a romantic offer. Very clearly, I see it's going to pave the way for a romantic offer to come sometime in the future, right? So this version of the Emperor, the Green Man, it's described as revealing unexpected signs in nature to validate your perception and intuition. And that stuck with me when I first read that. So I try to, where it's relevant, apply that meaning in a spread, because that's a very specific meaning of that card to that deck. So I'm gonna just, it's revealing unexpected signs, like, because he's the green man in nature, to validate your perception and your intuition. So basically, like, he's the signs you see, making sure that you understand that you are recognizing a situation for what it is. So I'm seeing that all of you in this pile can definitely expect to see some type of validation. That's the word. Clarity and certainty. Okay, especially with the Judgment card here. So things will be clear soon in some way. So I know it kind of got a little bit wonky with the way that we have the feminine side and the masculine side, because the energies aren't necessarily the same. But, you know, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, pile 3, their next move towards you. So expect this person to open up soon. Like, open up more, should I say. The 3 of Swords lets me know that this is a very closed off person that you're asking about. Very self-sufficient energy with the 9 of Pentacles. So like that not needing anybody energy. And it'll be like magic, which is the first card at the top, that this person is more open and receptive, especially with love and matters of the heart, with this heart chakra card. Okay, so there's a lot of green in this spread in general. Oh, and the sun's coming out. And it's just very heavy opening of the heart chakra energy present in this pile. So you've got the Clover, which is typically a good luck card. You've got Time, and then it's followed by Choice at the top right. So this person just feels like it's the right time to focus more on you, to build, to work, to do more with this connection. So they're stepping into an energy of feeling that making this next move at this time will be better in the long run for the outcome of your relationship. So basically, they didn't want to move prematurely or wait too long, like just the right time. And I'm feeling a bit of a connection to pile 2 for some of you energetically, because heavy Aries Mars feel, I didn't say it in pile 2, but that Emperor card, and I think the card in pile 2 for the man representing the masculine had the Mars symbol on it. So just heavy Aries Mars feel to it. But I'm seeing that this person feels like it's the right time due to some personal success achievement, right? Like achievement of some goal or some type of outcome that they've been waiting for, especially financially, with the Sun and 9 of Pentacles combination, like some type of personal victory. That 3 of Swords energy, though, is very interesting in that it's showing this person recognizing, right? Like recognizing, because swords are mental, that they're missing something. And they're missing what it is that will move them into this Emperor energy, right? Because that's a 9 of Pentacles. That's a personal success, an individual success, right? To reach the 10 of Pentacles, which isn't in the spread, there's something extra this person is going to have to do, because the 10 of Pentacles is when you start reaching successes that can benefit you and a family, right? So like I said, the Ten of Pentacles isn't in this spread because it just isn't in this person's sight yet, and they're recognizing that in that Three of Swords. So that Three of Swords is very key to this spread, because if you look at the Three Swords, they're cutting into this person's heart to open it up. I know that sounds very painful, and it probably is, but like that's what's happening energetically. Like this person's heart is being cut through to open it up, right? So that they can be more receptive to relationships, not just romantic either, because like that's the magic of the heart chakra. Like they've done all they can do alone, and they're reaching a period, they're reaching an age, especially with that Time card, where they'll need other people, including a romantic partner, if they want to go further, right? So they're reaching a period where they worry about sacrificing their relationships for personal gain, you know, putting their friendships, relationships on the back burner for success. Definitely a lot of sacrifice, which is why you've got the Three of Swords leading into the Emperor, right? Sacrifices to reach that level of success, sacrifices to be that emperor. And for this person, it appears to be relationships of all kinds, you know. So yeah, because you got the Seven of Stones, which is the Seven of Pentacles, it is a harvest card traditionally, where you're reaping the rewards of successes. Yeah, it's definitely the that's the Seven of Pentacles, which is a harvest card, reaping the rewards of past hardships, past work, right? Seeds planted. But in this deck, it's the Seven of Stones. Now, the Seven of Stones is a card of regret, right? Notice she's surrounded by the stones. She's hugging her knees. Like, it's a card of regret. So it's a dual meaning here. This person's living a life where they worked hard, and they're getting, you know, the personal successes of that, but all of the things that they had to give up to reach that, right? And you got the Nine of Scrolls following it, which that's the Nine of Swords. It's always like an angst, not sleeping at night card. And in this deck, it's called despair. So lots of pain associated with regretting lost time, not wanting to lose any more time. Like, you don't, this person doesn't regret their successes, they just regret all that they had to give up for it. And that's just something they're going to have to deal with within themselves. But the theme here is them worrying about lost time and missed opportunities when it comes to relationships, love, things associated with the heart chakra. And that's why you have the Magic card, because now they're in the energy of wanting to create things affiliated with the heart chakra energy, right? That 22 card all the way to the right, that's the card of choices. They're making a conscious choice, a decision to focus on their relationships more, including the relationship they're trying to establish with you. So their next action towards you is just, in general, you're going to notice them focusing more on all of their relationships and connections. Okay, as a result of this heart chakra energy, they're going to be very much more receptive all around. So expect more focus on you and your connection from this person. This person will make you more of a priority. If that does not happen, because there is very much so an if, then this person is just looking to move on to find more fulfilling connections. But I'm feeling for a lot of you, that's this person just hasn't had the time or energy to put into you and your connection, and that's what's going on. But some of you, it's just not a thing. It isn't going to be a thing, because as this person opens up more, they're going to realize even more so that no, it's not that they were too busy to build with you, that there's a compatibility issue, and that they're going to start focusing more on the relationships that they want to nurture and that's not going to be the one with you for some of you. Okay, so that is all I have for you today. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.